Hello children, let's come back to our maths class. In the previous classes, we have seen sums from exercise 3.10. Yes, we have completed exercise 3.10 and we have seen what? We have seen a method for solving quadratic equation. It was a factorization method. So in this exercise, that is today we are going to start with a new exercise 3.11. In this 3.11, we are again going to solve the quadratic equation, but here we are going to use a new method which is called as completing the square method. So in the previous class, what you have studied? You have studied a method called factorization, and it was in exercise 3.10, and in this class we are going to study completing the square method. So I'll tell you how to follow the methods. So you have to be very careful with the question. So just do not follow any particular method blindly. You have to read the question, and in the question if they have mentioned the method, we have to follow that method only. If suppose the question is to solve the quadratic equation using factorization method, you have to use only factorization method. If the question is solve the quadratic equation by completing the square method, you have to use only completing the square method. And if the question is solve the quadratic equation, if any method is not mentioned, it's up to you. You can choose any method and you can complete your answer. So read the question carefully, find out the method that you have to use. Okay children, let's begin our class today. So take down your classwork, write exercise 3.11, take down the first question. Solve the following quadratic equations by completing the square method. Solve the following quadratic equations by completing the square method. Take on the first subpart, 9x square minus 12x plus 4 is equal to 0. Exercise 3.11, question number 1, first subpart. 9x square minus 12x plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay children, so let's see how to start the sum. Here, here we have some rules to be followed. Okay, so let's see the rules and let's follow the rules and let's follow the steps so that we get the value for x. Actually, what are you going to do here? You are going to get the value for x. That's what you are going to get here. Okay, let's start the sum. Now, what is the equation given to you? 9x square minus 12x plus 4 is equal to 0. Remember the first step. The first step is to check whether the coefficient of x square is 1. What is the first step? The coefficient of x square or whatever. You may have p square or you may have y square. So the coefficient of the first term. The coefficient of the first term, that is with the x square, with the variable x and with the degree here 2. So if you have the first term coefficient as 1, we can go for the second step. But now in this case, what happens? You have a number which is other than 1. That is, we have a coefficient for x square as 9. So we have to divide by 9 to all the terms. Are you getting the first step? What is the first step? The first step says we have to get, or you have to make the coefficient of the first term as 1. Here we have the number 9. So what are we going to do? Eliminate this 9. To remove this 9, you are going to divide by 9 to all the terms. Let's go for the first step. Yes, dividing by 9. So I get 9x square upon 9 minus 12x upon 9 plus 4 upon 9 is equal to 0. Let's repeat the first step. The first step is we want the coefficient of the first step or the first term as 1. Here we have 9. To remove 9, I am going to divide by 9 throughout. That is, I am going to divide to all the terms. So 9x square upon 9 minus 12x upon 9 plus 4 upon 9 is equal to 0. So let's try to simplify and get the answer. Here 9 and 9 gets cancelled. 4, or we can say 3 tables. So 3 4s are and 3 3s are 9. Here no changes. We cannot cancel anything. So 4 upon 9 will be kept as it is. So I get x square upon, upon goes if 1 1. So no need to do anything over here. X square minus 4 upon 3x plus 4 upon 9 is equal to 0. So we have completed our first step, that is we have made the coefficient of the first step as 1. The coefficient of the first term is 1. So we have completed step number 1. Is it clear? Is the first step clear to you children? Yes. What is the first step? We have to make the coefficient of the first term as 1. So we have done that. Okay, now let's proceed for step number 2. For step number 2, what you have to do is keep all the variable terms on one side and bring the constant on one side. Okay, see here, variables. Here this term is involving a variable. This term has a variable. Okay, what about this term? It is a constant term. It does not have any variable. No letters are present. Yes, so you have to bring, or you have to make the letter terms on one side and the number terms on one side. So that is our step number 2. So let's follow step 2. So you get x square minus 4 upon 3x, and I am going to take the constant to the other side, that is to the RHS side. Okay, just see the sign here, it's plus 4 upon 9. So when plus 4 upon 9 goes to that side, it turns to be minus 4 upon 9. I hope the second step is clear to you. Yes. What is the second step? You have to bring the variable terms on one side and take the constant numbers on the other side. So we have placed the variables accordingly. That variables on one side, numbers on one side. So the second step is done. Now let's follow the third step. Now listen carefully the third step. Now the third step is very, very important, and the third step, from the third step we give the name as completing the square method. That's what we get. So how we are using the square method here, see? So what you have to do is, you have to take half of coefficient of x. Listen to the statement carefully children. It's half of coefficient of x the whole square. We have to take half of coefficient of x the whole square. Okay, let's see how to find out this answer. Half of, what is half? Yes, 1 upon 2, done. Of, what is the sign for of? Multiplication, good. What is the coefficient of x? Minus 4 upon 3, yes, correct. Minus 4 upon 3. The whole square. See, half of coefficient of x the whole square. So half into of. Of means into. Coefficient of x. What is coefficient of x? Minus 4 upon 3. The whole square. The whole square. Okay. Let's try to simplify. So what you get here? 2 1s are 2 2s are 4. So what is left now? This is here minus 2. Yes, 1 into minus 2. So minus 2 is left. Here 1 into 3. So minus 2 upon 3 the whole square. Okay. What is minus 2 into minus 2? Yes, plus 4. Minus 2 into minus 2 is equal to 4. Minus minus plus. So answer is 4. Okay. Upon 3 square. What is 3 square? 9. 3 into 3, 9. So I get the answer as 4 upon 9. So this is step number 3. So we have found half of coefficient of x the whole square. So we get the answer as 4 upon 9. Okay, now let's go for the next step. It's step number 4. Let's try to assemble and let's try to get the answer part. So what are you going to do here? You are going to add the coefficient, that is half of coefficient of x the whole square on both the sides. Are you clear? Let's have a small recap. Let's have a small recall. First step, the coefficient of the first step of the first term should be 0. That is not 0. What is that? The coefficient of the first term should be 1. Yeah, that's the first step. What is the second step? Bring the variables on one side and bring the constant on one side. Step number 2. What is step number 3? Yes, you have to find half of coefficient of x the whole square. Yes, done. We have found 3 steps are done. Now the fourth step is you are going to add the answer on both the sides, that is the variable part and also to the constant part. Remember, what is the fourth step? Add the answer. What is the answer we are getting here? 4 upon 9. So you are going to add the answer on both the sides. So let's add the answer. So this is x square minus 4 upon 3x plus, I told you we have to add the answer on the variable part and the constant part, plus 4 upon 9 is equal to, what is here? Minus 4 upon 9 plus 4 upon 9. I hope the fourth step is clear. Yes, good. That is what we have done to the fourth step. You have to add the answer on both the sides. So 4 upon 9, 4 upon 9 is being added. Okay, now the answer is very, very easy. You are just going to write the answer in terms of square. See here what I am going to do. Do not consider the middle term. We will find the answer directly by looking at this expression. By looking at the expansion. See here. X square minus 4 upon 3x plus 4 upon 9. So what are you going to get over here? Let's see. What is the first term here? X square. So don't write x square. You take the square root of x square. What is the square root of x square? Yes, x. Good. Now here you have minus plus. Okay, children. Now before I continue over here, let's go back to the expansion of a plus b the whole square and a minus b the whole square. What is a plus b the whole square? A plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. And what is a minus b the whole square? Yes, it's a square minus 2ab plus b square. See, just see children. So when you have a plus b the whole square, all the signs are positive. And when you have a minus b the whole square, the second sign, that is the sign of the second term is minus. You have minus plus. Here see, you have minus and you have plus. So this will be following which identity? Yes, it's going to be of a minus b the whole square. So let's see how to complete the answer. So I have taken the square root of the first term, that is of x square. So square root of x square is x. Done. Now what are the signs here? Minus and plus. So what will the main sign? Minus. Yes, good. Okay, now let's find out the square root of 4 upon 9. What is the square root of 4 upon 9? Yes, square root of 4 is 2. 2 2s are 4. What is the square root of 9? 3. Yes. X minus 2 upon 3 the whole square. A minus b the whole square. So we have an expansion with us. That is x square minus 4 upon 3x plus 4 upon 9. So this expansion is written in the form of identity a minus b the whole square. That is x. From where do I get x? Yeah, from the first term. So what we have done? We have taken the square root of x square. That is x minus, the main sign is minus. Yes children, I told you when you have minus plus, use the main sign as minus. And when you have plus plus, you have to use the main sign as plus. Be careful. So x, main sign is minus. What is the square root of 4 upon 9? Yes, 2 upon 3, the whole square. Yes, done. Now what do you get here? Minus 4 upon 9 plus 4 upon 9. So it gets cancelled and you get the answer as 0. Yes. X minus 2 upon 3, the whole square is equal to 0. Now what do you mean by x minus 2 upon 3 the whole square? This term is taken how many times? 2 times. Good. Let's write here. X minus 2 upon 3. X minus 2 upon 3 is equal to 0. See square, yes? So 2 times. X minus 2 upon 3. X minus 2 upon 3 is equal to 0. So as we have used for our factorization method, this goes for 0. Again this is equated to 0. I get, therefore x minus 2 upon 3 is equal to 0, or x minus 2 upon 3 is equal to 0. So what is the value? Therefore x is equal to, minus comes to this side, so plus 2 upon 3. What is 0 plus 2 upon 3? Yes, 2 upon 3. Whenever you add or whatever is being added to 0, we get the same number. So 0 plus 2 upon 3 gives you 2 upon 3. Or x is equal to 2 upon 3. Here again the same calculation. So answer is x is equal to 2 upon 3, 2 upon 3. So we get the answer as 2 upon 3, 2 upon 3. I hope the sum is clear to you. Let's have a small recap of the steps, or let's have a small recap of the steps that we have used in completing the square method. So if any application question is being asked, you have to follow the steps and you are going to get the answer. Okay children, see the first step. Yeah, what is the first step? Make the first term, that is make the first term coefficient as 1. Good. Second step, bring the variables on one side and bring the constant on one side. That's step number 2. What is step number 3? You have to find half of coefficient of x the whole square. Yes. So find out the answer. That's step number 3. Good. Let's go for step 4. Whatever answer you have got, you are going to add on both the side. That is on the variable side and the constant side. That's step number 4. And step number 5 is you have to find out the proper identity. Find out the proper identity. And the last step is you are going to get the value for x. So that is the required step to get the value for x. So we have found the value for x. So what is the value for x children? It's 2 upon 3 and 2 upon 3. Take down the sum. I hope you have taken down the first subpart. Now question number 1, second subpart is your homework. Listen to me carefully children. Homework. Exercise 3.11, question number 1, the second subpart. So do not get confused. You have to follow the same rules or the same steps that we have followed for our first sum. Okay children. I'll just give you a small idea for completing your second sem. So you can use the idea and you can complete your homework. Just see the question, children. It's 5x upon, or that is plus 7, second sub part, okay? The homework sum. Just giving you a hint there. 5x plus 7 upon x minus 1 is equal to 3x plus 2. Okay, so now here only one extra thing is there. Before you do step 1, you have to bring it in a format of quadratic expression. That is, you have to bring this as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. We have written the points, children. We have seen that ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is the format of an quadratic equation. So we have to get the equation in this form. So we have to make this as ax square plus bx plus c. So what you have to do? You have to cross multiply first. So 5x plus 7 is equal to, yes, I have told use bracket, okay, 3x plus 2 into x minus 1. I hope you know how to multiply. So first multiply 3x with x minus 1. So 3x into x, 3x square, 3x minus 1 minus 3x, plus 2 into x, plus 2x, plus 2 into minus 1, minus 2. So you have to expand, then you have to solve it, bring all the terms on one side and the RHS should be 0. So you have to use this. I have given you a hint how to solve. So you have to cross multiply. So once you open the bracket, okay, so after cross multiplying, open the bracket, try to bring all the terms on one side and make the RHS 0. After that, you get an expression of this format. You will get ax square plus bx plus c. That is, in place of a you would have some value, in b you will have some value, and for c you will have some value. So follow the step and get the answer done. Is it clear, children? Can you try out the sum? Yes, good. All are saying yes, yes, children? Yes, very good. So try out the sum and send your homeworks to me. So I'll check. I'll find out who is doing all the works correctly. Okay, now take down the second question. So first question dealt with solving the quadratic equation using completing the square method. So what method was used for previous sum? Completing the square method. And now question number 2 deals with another method which is called as formula method. Yes, so we are going to see the next method. What is the next method we are going to use? It's a formula method. So what is the formula that we have seen? Recollect the formula. We have already used the formula in under points, remember? Yes, it is minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Do you recollect this formula? Yes. So we are going to use this formula for solving the equation using formula method. What is the formula, children? Yeah, repeat the formula along with me. Yes, repeat. Minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Yes, let's say once again. What is the formula? Minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So we are going to use this formula and we are going to get the value for x, or the unknown variable in the given equation. We may not have always the x variable. Just see question number 2. We have one variable with x. They have used f. They have used y. So the variable may change. So we are going to find out the unknown value. Let's go for the answer, children. Okay, so take down the question. Solve the following quadratic equation by formula method. Solve the following quadratic equation by formula method. Take down the first subpart, 2x square minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. Write on the first subpart, 2x square minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. So question number 2, first subpart. Okay children, so I have told you that you have to read the question twice or thrice. You understand the question properly and you are going to apply a proper method for finding your answer. Do not get confused with the method. Read the question, understand the question, and you have to apply a proper method and you have to get the answer. Okay, come on, let's apply a formula method and let's solve the quadratic equation. What is the first subpart? 2x square minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay children, tell me the quadratic expression. What is the quadratic expression? Yes, it is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So this is the way a quadratic equation is expressed. Yes. So now what we are going to do, just check here. We have an equation which is in the form of quadratic expression, that is ax square bx c is equal to 0. So what are we going to do here? We are going to find out the value for a, we are going to find out the value for b, and also we are going to find out the value for c. Okay children, so let's find out the value for a, b and c. Let's start. Here a is equal to 2. What is b? Minus 5. Good. You have to take the sign also. So b is equal to minus 5 and c is equal to 2. Good. Okay, so if you want, you can just write down the form of the quadratic expression in the bracket so that you can refer this format. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is what? Quadratic equation. Okay, just write down here. In the bracket you write quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So from this quadratic equation, I am able to find out the answer for a. I got the value for b and I also got the value for c. Done. So we have found a, b, c. One work is done. Now we are going to write on the formula. Let's write on the formula here. Okay children, before we write the formula, tell me the variable used here. What is the variable here? Yeah, it is x. What is the variable? Variable. What is that variable? Variable is a letter. Okay, what is the letter used here? Yes, it is x. A small x. So write down x is equal to. Okay, what is x value? How are you going to find x value? Apply the formula. Minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. You have to be thorough with the formulas. You have to write down the formula. Formula carries mark. Yes, you get a mark for the formula. So you have to write the formula. Okay, what is the formula? Minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Okay, now let's go with the answer. What are we going to do? We are just going to put all the values in the formula. I know the value for b, I know the value for a, I know the value for c. So we are going to substitute all the values and we are going to get the value for x. Yes. Let's do the work and be careful when you substitute the value. It's minus b. Yes children. So minus, what is the value for b? Be careful. Yeah, it's minus 5. So minus of minus 5. Do not make mistake when you copy the numbers. It's minus of minus 5. B is equal to minus 5. So I get already one minus is present here. I'll write here minus. And what is the value for b children? It's minus 5. Okay, done. Plus minus square root of, what is b square? Minus 5 square. Okay, minus 4 into a into c. So 4 into, what is a? 2. What is c? 2. So 4 into 2 into 2. Done. Upon 2a. What is a? 2. 2 into 2. Are you clear with the substitution, children? Minus is already present here. So that minus, what is the value for b? Minus 5 plus minus square root of, what is the value for b square? Minus 5 the whole square minus 4 into a into c. What is a? 2. What is c? 2. Okay. So square root of minus 5 the whole square minus 4 into 2 into 2 upon 2a. 2 into 2. Substitution is done. Now let's try to simplify. Okay. Let's do the calculation, children. Minus of minus 5 gives you plus 5. Good. Very good. So therefore, or we'll just put here equal to sign, no problem. Equal to. I get 5. How I get 5? Minus minus plus 5. Okay. Plus minus. Minus 5 whole square. What is minus 5 the whole square? 5 5s are 25. Minus minus turns to be plus. So you get 25. Okay. Good. All are doing it, children. Good. Do the calculations along with me. What is the main sign here? Minus. Go for the next calculation. 4 2s are 8. 8 2s are 16. I get here 16. 4 2s are 8. 8 2s are 16. Okay, done. Upon 2 2s are 4. I get here 4. So we have simplified. See, we started with the formula. I substituted all the values and I'm going on simplifying. Let me simplify it further. I get 5 plus minus square root of, what is 25 minus 16? Calculate properly. Yes, you get the answer as 9. 25 minus 16 is 9 upon 4. Let's go for further step. 5 plus minus, I know the square root of 9. Yes, we have already written the squares from 1 to 30. Yes, children. Yes, what is the square root of 9? It's 3. 3 3s are 9. So what is the square root of 9? It's 3. So write down here 3 upon 4. So 5 plus minus 3 upon 4. So we have simplified, but we have not completed our answer. Let us write the answer now. Now here we have two signs together. Okay. So we cannot solve a number with two signs together. So we have to separate them. Let's separate them. Let's see how to do. Therefore, x is equal to 5 plus 3 upon 4, or x is equal to 5 minus 3 upon 4. Are you clear with the step, children? See, what we have done? First, I have taken only the positive sign. So, x is equal to 5 plus 3 upon 4, or x is equal to 5 minus, take the smallest, that is, first I have taken the positive sign. Now you are going to take the negative sign upon 4. So I have got the value for x. Now simplify and get the value for x. Therefore, x is equal to 8 upon 4, or x is equal to 2 upon 4. 4 1s are 4 2s are. Okay, done. 2 1s are 2 2s are 4. Therefore, x is equal to 2, or x is equal to 1 upon 2. Therefore, x is equal to 2, 1 upon 2. So this is the required answer. So I have solved the equation and we have got the value for x. What is the value for x? The value for x is 2 comma 1 upon 2. Is it clear, children? I hope you are clear with the answer. See the formula, see the steps, how we have used, and we have got the answer. Yes? So what are the two different methods we have seen? So one was by completing the square method. For completing the square methods, you have to remember the steps. So remember the steps that you have to follow. So follow the steps, and when you follow the steps, you can complete the sum properly. Similarly, in the same exercise, we are dealing with one more method, that is by using a formula method. And what's the formula we are using here? Minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Very, very simple thing. You have to just see the equation, and from the equation you are going to find out the value for a, b and c. Be careful, if you have a negative sign, you have to take the negative sign also. So whenever you are taking the values for a, b, c, focus on the sign also. We cannot take only 5 as the value for b. You have to take the value for b as minus 5, because in front of 5 you have a sign minus. So be careful when you choose the value for a, b and c. Then you have to go on simplifying. At a final stage, we cannot do these steps directly because we have a 2 signs over here. So we cannot solve a sum with 2 signs. So you have to break them. How are you going to break? X is equal to 5 plus 3 upon 4, or x is equal to 5 minus 3 upon 4. So simplify and you get the answer as x is equal to 2 or x is equal to half. So I have written the final step. So write down the sum, children. So you get x is equal to 2 comma 1 upon 2. Have you taken down the sum, children? So I hope you are clear with both the methods. So practice more, just go on doing more and more sums so that you are clear with the different methods. Now let's have one more homework for you. I'm just going to give you one more sum for the homework. You're going to complete, okay, not one more sum, 2 more sum, okay, children? You're going to complete sum number 2 and sum number 3 from question number 2. So from question number 2, subpart 2 and subpart 3 will be your homework. So totally how many sums you have for homework? You have totally 3 sums, only 3 sums. Okay, children, so you have to complete this sums and you have to submit your homework. Okay, so what was the homework? From question number 1, the second subpart, and already I have given you the hint. Yes, I have told you to do the cross multiplication and get the answer. And from question number 2, what are you going to do? The second subpart and the third subpart. So understand your sums properly, apply the step and get the answer. Okay, children, so the 4th subpart will be done in the next class. So we will meet in the next class. Okay, children, we stop over here.